Happy Saturday, Disney pin fans. We're back with another episode where I recap some of the pins that it released in the parks and otherwise. Let's get started with some shared releases. So we're this past week, the 8th in the Winnie the Pooh 100 Acre Wood series came out. This features Kanga, mother of Roo, and this released in both Disneyland and Disney World, and it released on Shop Disney. I tried to get it on Shop Disney. I've given up on this set. I have like the first four I had to give up a couple months ago. But this one had a queue, so yeah, that's fun, I guess. Queued up for Winnie the Pooh. And then since this is limited release, you're able to get like 5 or 10 of these if you're there in the park instead of the regular two for like a limited edition pin. Anyways, it's going just like all the other hot releases this year. There's nothing else I have to say about it. Let's keep it moving. A shared release that I'm not hearing people talk about. We have a new pin set for Tiana's Bayou Adventure that released at both Disneyland and Disney World. Based off of the ride, it's cute. I collect attractions and Tiana, so you would think I would want this. If this ever makes its way over to the character warehouse, I'll have someone pick it up for me. But this was also released if you want some pins. I wouldn't recommend getting this pin set to like trade on the boards, but you can do whatever you feel like doing. We also had more Halloween releases, so the Pumpkin Pals, which is like the mystery set, that released on both coasts. There's like 8 pins you can choose from. There's like what, 1 or 2 in the box. I don't really know, but you can get those in person. They're probably sold out or close to it just because they're new and with whatever's happening in pin collecting this year. That's my best guess. And then again, released on both coasts, but this other pin was also released online last week. It is the Mickey wreath with the pumpkin in it, and it lights up. So that's available if you want a light up pin that looks like the wreath. Like, this is like a piece of merchandise you can get in the parks, and now it's a pin. So if that's your thing, hope you're able to get it. Shop Disney. Sorry, I don't have the best picks. Shop Disney. In addition to having the Winnie the Pooh, the other big thing was this LE Disneyland Vault collection. So it's Space Mountain, and then you have Dopey, Snow White, Donald, and Goofy, which is an interesting set of people. It was released in the Disneyland a couple months ago, and it was released online. It's series 1 of 4. And then Shop Disney also just had a bunch of Nightmare Before Christmas pins released. Even if I go to the next page, it's Nightmare Before Christmas. They're open edition. I don't know if these are like new for this year or if they're just putting some spooky stuff open edition online for us people at home to be able to purchase. But if you're into Nightmare Before Christmas, here are some pins for you. Walt Disney World had the Fairy Tale Moments come out. So this is a monthly set, and it features the 3 Caballeros. I'm sure it sold out. I'm sure of it. And yeah, like there's nothing else I can say about how fast pins are going, because like it doesn't make sense to me. And it wasn't like that like the first 3 months of the year, and it's whatever. It's whatever. I don't live near the parks. I'm not giving pins this much power over me. Disneyland had a couple releases. So we had the Windows of Attraction. This month is for Big Thunder and We Have the Goat. And then we had 5 in the second wave, I'll call them, of the Disneyland Vault. These are like the opening day attractions. I really like the opening day attraction collection. But I also really like attractions, and I'm trying to beef up my attractions collection. I like them. They're a limited edition, I think like 4,000, so it's a larger limited edition size. But again, I have to be a pessimist, and I just have to assume these all sold out. But I really like them because I like attractions. So there we go. International. These were released on the Disney EU online store, so I'm guessing these are going to come to the US online stores later on. It's just more Halloween stuff. They had like the Stitch come out. We have the Winnie the Pooh 4-pack and the Muppets. And then this one over here is a mystery box. It's like I guess it's not an advent calendar if it's Halloween, but it's like 13 pins, like counting down 13 days till Halloween. So that could be cute. I would try for the Halloween calendar pin if it came to the US one. And usually I want to say things are released in the European Disney Store online before they're released in the US Disney Store if I can follow trends, but I don't know how correct that is. Okay, more international pins. So on the left, we have a Duffy and Friends shell collection. Those came out in Disney Shanghai. I think it's a mystery set. So Duffy collectors, there you go. More pins to look for. And then on the right, these were released in Tokyo. They're attraction pins. So just four new open edition pins for some attractions they have at Tokyo Disney. And I may or may not already have pre-orders for the ones for Tokyo Disney because I love attractions. And yeah, I don't know how many more times I can say I like attractions and I want to get my attractions collection to be a little bit bigger. So I did found someone who did reasonable shipping for these pins. So you might see those in an upcoming haul in like October or November. Cast exclusive. This was like another big release, I think, in addition to the Winnie the Pooh big release. We also had more Star Wars stamps released for cast members. Yeah, so they're LE of 250, $30 each. These are probably going for like minimum 100. Some of these are going to be closer to like 400, and it's Star Wars. So the stamp collection is something that's been going on for a while where you have a character, they're like side profile, and like the year the media came out. So this is Star Wars. I'm trying to fill time because I don't know a lot about Star Wars, and I don't know. I don't feel like learning. I'm too old to learn all the Star Wars stuff and how to watch it and who these people are. But there was another Star Wars one that came out last month or the month before, pretty recently, also in this stamp style that had like Yoda and Darth Vader and then other characters. So if you're like, where are all my favorite Star Wars characters? Check the first release. They might be on there. And then these people, I can't tell you who a single one of these people are, but shout out to the Star Wars collectors. I'm guessing these are going to be expensive on the resale market. So if you're trying to purchase it, save up for it. If you want to trade, you're going to have to get out some of your nice traders. There we go. And the other big thing is that through Mickey's of Glendale, we're getting more Adorbs. This one is celebrating Inside Out 2. I'll talk about the Jumbo first, just because, like, what can I say about Adorbs? So there's an Ellie 300 Inside Out 10th Anniversary Jumbo. It retails for like $150. I'm sure it sold out. And then we have the Adorbs releases where there's 8 pins that you see here, and then there's 3 chaser pins and 3 super chaser pins. So each box is like a random assortment. You don't know which 2 you get. And I feel like I saw leaks for who the chasers and super chasers are. Is Bing Bong one of them? This is the first Inside Out. It's someone. I haven't seen Inside Out in the second, but I know Bing Bong's in it, so it makes sense for Bing Bong to be one of the chasers. And then I don't think like Riley and her parents were any of the characters, but I could be 100% wrong in that. Adorbs. It's very similar to the stamps where they've been coming out with them a lot recently. I feel like every month there's a new Adorbs set that's been dropping, usually surrounding and like a milestone anniversary for a movie. This one's Inside Out. Good luck to the Inside Out and Pixar collectors. And that's it. We had a couple of big drops this week. That's great. Nothing I really needed. A couple of things I would try to trade for. But yeah, hopefully you all enjoyed. I hope you all were able to get pins that you want. And if you're in Disneyland or Walt Disney World trying to get pins in person, I'm thinking about you because it's been getting worse and worse. And I don't like it. I think I need to take another like chill out time from like Disney pins. Cause like, what do you got? It's a lot. It's a lot. I was watching someone's video. They were trying to get pins at Disney Springs. There was all these lines, and there's like line cutters, and I'm hearing about people being like pushed and like fights happening, and it's like, y'all, it's some metal. We all have to like box breathe for a little bit and stop trying to like make a profit and build our traders. What if we all just took a breath for the rest of August and we chilled out and we got back to getting pins that we actually like? What if we collectively decided that, you know? Anyways, that's my little rant on how I think we all need to chill out a little bit in the Disney pin collecting community. But let me know what your favorite pin that was released this week is. I hope you all have a good one, and I will see ya next Saturday for another This Week in Disney Pins. And then if you miss me in the meantime, I'm doing a lot of unboxings on Mondays on my YouTube Shorts, so you can check that out to see what new pins are coming into my collection and coming into my traders. Okay, I'm actually ending the video this time. Thanks for watching.